Wine, women and changing times. This is an experiment. Would it have been cheaper to go out on a date in 1774, 250 years ago, as opposed to going on a date today in 2024? And I'm going to use wine and standard wine glasses of both periods in this experiment. And I think this is the world's first time this experiment has ever been tried. Probably for good reason, but here we go, work with me on this one. So I'm going to show you two wine glasses. One, a wine glass from 2024. It's a big one, admittedly, but you know the things like these fishbowl things. And there's a standard really in a pub, isn't it? And a standard wine glass from 1774, 250 years ago. So if you were going out on a date with a lady and you were buying the wine, would it have been cheaper in 1774? On that date or 2024? The experiment shall prove all. So what we have here is, well, it looks a bit dubious, admittedly, but it is actually Chardonnay with a screw top. I think that's good. Maybe not. Let me show you how cheap I am. Chardonnay, 250 millilitres. This is what a good glass of wine in a pub today in Britain looks like, which costs, oh, that's a very good sound, costs around £8. Remember that figure. So £8 worth of drink. This you're buying, right? You're a gentleman, of course you're buying, for goodness sake. So you buy the drink, it costs you £8, and the lady starts drinking. Now then, that's 2024. Using the Georgian glass of 1774, bit of water in there, get rid of that. You all right there, Rose? Let's top it up. And I can tell you, because I've done the measurements, there you go, that would be a standard glass in 1774. In the modern glass, there is 8 times the wine, 8 times the cost. That's so far a very expensive date, because that's £8. That equivalent is £1. Fantastic going on a date. She only costs £1 a drink. So you're thinking cheaper to go on a date in 1774. Well, you might be wrong, because you have to factor in drinking habits, right? So, I mean, I'm not speaking from experience here, but let's say I've witnessed it. Modern women gulping down a large glass of wine, right? Not exactly sipping it, but let's just pretend that a modern woman would kind of just sip it in a sophisticated manner. Would a Georgian lady of 1774 do the same, just a little sip here and there? You'd think so, because I think the Georgian period here in America as well, Australia, the West, was a very refined period. People were trying to be refined. So would she have just sipped the wine, and would it have lasted as long as that? The answer is no. And it's all to do with the way people, ladies as well, and in many cases, many accounts that I've read and written about, the ladies were the worst drinkers on the planet. In fact, ladies of the Georgian period loved drinking. They loved drinking a lot. There was not very much else to do. So they get drunk and have a great time. So you're sipping in 2024 like this. Ooh, very nice, even though it was very cheap. In 1774, they didn't do that. Every time their lips touched the glass, this is what they did. Are you ready? That's how they drank their wine. No sipping, purely gulping. So you're on a date, what you have to do is buy a full bottle of wine, and constantly, every time the lady takes a gulp, top the glass up. So I reckon, taking all that into account, it was much more expensive to go on a date in 1774 than it is in 2024. Cheers. Wow.